Got a little time on our hands today, sitting at one of our ship airs here, picking up some steel coils. Probably make a video on this later today. It's been a while since I've done a trucker safety video, but some of the stuff I do, you can't film when you're in the locations, and by the time you get all chained down and strapped down and you're doing this by yourself, you don't really want to film yourself do it. You want to get your load secured, get rolling, and get moving. It takes a lot of extra effort and an extra mile to film something and do all of this at the same time. But today we're just sitting here. We're about an hour and a half into waiting at this customer to pick up. They say the product isn't ready yet. So we're just going to talk about how we ended up here for a little while. I've been driving truck for 15 years. I think I said that in my first video that I ever made. And I've been driving for this company for over 5.5 years now. It's been the best company that I've ever worked for in my entire trucking career. And I've worked for some of the bigger companies out there, and they kind of treat you as a number and not a name. This place here is small enough to where they treat you as part of the family when you work for them. They give you the best equipment. They give you every opportunity to succeed, and it is up to you to go out and make the living, make the money. We don't get paid by the mile here. We get paid by the load. So it sometimes works out really good and keeps you coming back in for more. And even some of this hard stuff, like down here on the south side of Chicago. Some of these places that are tough getting in and out of, take every ounce of driving skill that you have. But they pay off in the end if you stick around, put the work in, and this company here treats you really well. Later on, maybe sometime this week or next week, I'm going to probably do a tour of the truck. A lot of people have seen the truck in videos and seen it on pictures, but I've never actually toured around the truck and showed you what I drive. And I've just shown you just bits and pieces. And my content really hasn't been very good. I wouldn't watch most of it myself, but I want to try to get better at this. I want to grow. Got some flies flying around out here. I want to bring people along on a journey. This journey I've been on for quite a while. To get to this point to where I'm comfortable enough to try to share it with other people. The things that we do out here are dangerous sometimes, so that's another reason why filming's hard when you're by yourself. So what I do is I try to show you the safest position possible. Sometimes the trailer's closed up and the product is all secured already. You're not even seeing it. I mean, it's boring if I don't know how to speed it up or slow it down yet. So I'm working on that. I'm getting better at those videos. The longer the video gets, the harder it is to get good audio and good sound. And then you run into copyright issues with music, things like that, the longer the video is. But we'll go back to how I started driving trucks. I started in the military in 2009 as a heavy wheeled operator. Running M1070A1s, also known as the HET, Heavy Equipment Transporter. I did that for 6 years. I did one trip overseas and hauled Abrams tanks and wreckers and road movers and armored combat, earth movers, ACEs we called them. And that's where I cut my teeth in driving trucks. I grew up on a farm. That's a whole nother video there. But we've got, in 2009, we started with HET trucking. The military back then used to give you a license that you could transfer into the civilian world with an air brake certification. So I used that to go into food service, and I did food service delivery for 5 years. And that is a tough job, very physical job, young man's job. And after I got out of doing food service, I got into hauling lumber for a big hardware store chain. Everybody probably already knows the name of that place up here in the upper Midwest. I got into working for them through a contract carrier, and I worked for them for over 4.5 years hauling lumber all over Nebraska and Wyoming and South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Michigan. We go all over with those guys, different distribution centers. And then I got into hauling furniture. That was 3 months I lasted at hauling furniture. I love the job, I love the work, and I love the people, but I had a problem with the home time. They wouldn't give you enough home time so that you could appreciate what you were working for. Because really what you're working for is your family, and you're trying to get a better life for your family. You're trying to grow and to become a family man that can provide for his family using this trucking job. Trucking pays really good, but it also takes a lot of time. So after I did that, we're about 9 years into truck driving. And then that's when I met a driver at that last company that got me the job here. And this company has been the best that I've ever worked for. You'll see the logo in some of the videos on the side of the truck. But it has been a very good experience hauling steel and different materials, anything that we can fit inside this Conestoga trailer. Maybe be an owner-operator someday and to have my own truck and have my own equipment on that property that you've seen on the other videos. As a transport headquarters maybe someday. Some of the things that I'll say about driving truck is you got to be patient. You got to have an eye for detail if you want to last a long time in it. You got to be able to wait a long time in places. You got to be able to put up with a lot of different characters out here. You got to have thick skin, so to speak. You got to make sure your stuff is right so that you're legal and you're not constantly getting tickets or getting busted by the police. Paying a special attention to the details is how you succeed. And that's like most jobs, I think. I think with most things, if you can find a way to get better and improve each time, spend a few minutes a day learning how to do your job better. Spend 15, 20 minutes a day watching a video on somebody that's learning how to improve and motivate and how to stay active in your game. Otherwise, you'll get to a certain plateau, you'll level out, and you'll be bored and complacent with your job, with where you're at. And so you constantly need to be improving and finding a way to increase productivity in whatever it is you're doing, whether you're driving a truck or whether you're working in an office. If you are looking for ways to improve yourself and make your trucking experience better out here, you'll find it. You just got to get to that point down inside yourself where you are tired of being tired and you're willing to do something about it and take action. Everybody's got that voice inside them. One day they wake up and they are complacent with where they're at and they're unsure of where they're going. But there's the thing too, you got to know where you've been to know where you're going. And that'll show you a better way here for each day as you move forward. Ultimately our goal here with people that have families and people that are striving to provide for their families, especially doing jobs like this, is the future. You want your kids to be able to have the future that they've always wanted and to look forward to being happy with possibly their family or whatever they choose to be in the future. And so you want to do the best you can here, and they might see that, and then that will help them do the best that they've done. That's one thing my parents, even though they're not together now, both of them showed me that hard work will take care of you and your family. And having a work ethic works more than just making money. Having a work ethic carries you into all the interpersonal things in your life, and will help you improve and be better each day. If that's one thing that you can get out of doing this type of stuff is you got to just be patient, stick at it, work hard, figure out how to improve on it, make it better. That's where I'm at today. That's my thought today, is going down the road. What do I want to be listening to? Do I want to be listening to some rock and roll song or some country song, or do I want to listen to somebody who's going to motivate me? Maybe one of the older motivational speakers that you can look at them things all up on YouTube. You can find all these different people that will give you inspiration so that you can look inside yourself and find what it is, that next step, that next rung on the ladder that you want to be on. And that's the goal. I think each day now, as I get closer to it, the older I get, I don't want to plateau off. I want to go up the ladder, and I want to figure this thing out and get better at it. So that's how I got here. Maybe, hopefully, you guys, somebody stuck around to the end of this, watch this. If they liked it, smash that thumbs up button. Otherwise, I appreciate it. Anybody who made it this far to the end of this video of my rambling on today, and hope you all have a safe day. Have a good holiday. Happy birthday to America. I served America for 6 years. I look back on my service sometimes with fond memories. I look back, it was challenging, but I will say thank you to all the veterans out there that have watched all of the the things that have happened in their lifetime take place, and they stood by and served America as well. I appreciate all those guys out there that are still wearing the uniform and doing their thing. And God bless America. Bless the soldiers out there. Take care of everybody. Hopefully everybody gets a chance to come home. And hopefully those of you that made it to the end of this ramble, you thought it was pretty good. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you, guys.